perfect day for football, and that's basically what Wisconsin has been the last couple of weeks, is near perfect, especially offensively. Can they do it 3 weeks in a row?
That's the big question. And listen, you need an identity to win in football. And Wisconsin, when we talk about their success these past 2 weeks, it's because they found their identity. The offense is labeled as an air raid system, but their identity has been running the football behind that big, dominant Badgers offensive line. I'll continue to say it because it continues to be true. This is the most important week of the Fickell era. Why? Anyone can do it once. Many can do it twice. But what the Badgers are trying to do today is do it for a third time so they can confidently say, this is who we are.
On the other side of the football, Northwestern, a huge win at Maryland last week. They've been striving to find some consistency at quarterback. They may have found it in Jack Lausch.
And I look at Jack Lausch as a microcosm of the Wildcat team as a whole. A little bit under-recruited, often overlooked, but playing with a chip on his shoulder. David Braun didn't hold back. He said, in order for us to win this game today, we need to win in the trenches. And with Jack Lausch under center, the best run game has been when he uses his feet. I expect to see Jack Lausch make a ton of plays today, and a ton of those plays be on the ground.
Speaking of the trenches, let's go downstairs to Brooke Fletcher. One of the Northwestern offensive linemen may be out today, in a big story to certainly keep our eye on.
Yeah, Jeff, their depth up front has really been tested this season. They've found some consistency at the tackle position, but the interior, it's been patchwork to say the least. They might have to adjust again today with right guard Josh Thompson listed as questionable. I kept an eye on him during warmups, and he was limited with his participation. Now, if he can't go, Anthony Birsa will get his first career start. Now, head coach David Braun told me this is why we develop players to prepare them for situations like this. Jake, you mentioned that today it's going to come down to the trenches. Braun told me, hey, it doesn't matter who's up front. These guys as a whole, they really need to step up here today.
There's David Braun in his second season at Northwestern. Got that interim tag taken off at the end of last year. Big Ten Coach of the Year after winning 8 games, including a bowl. And now he's got Northwestern on the lakefront against the Wisconsin Badgers. Just one more game at Martin Stadium before they go to Wrigley for the last 2 home games of this regular season. I mean, you could not have scripted a better day for football. This is unbelievable on the lakefront. Wisconsin won the toss. They deferred to the second half, and off we go from Evanston. Gonna bring it out towards the 15-yard line and out of bounds, just past the 16, and now we will see Northwestern's offense on the field for the first time. Jack Lausch, we talked about him playing in just his 5th ball game, Jake. Certainly the dual threat quarterback that Wisconsin has to be worried about.
Yeah, covering this team for a few years, we've heard whispers about the talent of Jack Lausch, and at times they'd use him at Wildcat, almost play him as a tight end, but he didn't win the starting job this year, and since then has taken full advantage of the opportunities he's been given. The key stat there, 141 yards on the ground. He's a dynamic athlete even before he's a quarterback.
Lausch back to pass. All kinds of time. Great protection. Flushed out right. Throws sideline, and it's caught. What a catch. Right out of the chute. Thomas Gordon with a first down for the Wildcats.
Well, this is a great chance to just set the scene for today. This is what we're going to see throughout the day. Jack Lausch, we talk about him as a dynamic athlete. He can make you pay getting outside of the pocket. And, man, the Big Ten is deep, deep, deep at the tight end position. Thomas Gordon is one of those guys at his best as one of the best tight ends in the conference. That's a heck of a catch and a great way to start the game for the Wildcats.
Gets him out to the 42-yard line. Big plays were so big in the win against Maryland last week for Northwestern. Handoff goes to Cam Porter. Slips through a tackle. He's across the 45-yard line. A pickup of 4 as we take a look at that starting lineup for Northwestern. Josh Thompson not available, was very limited. But the skill positions, Bryce Kurtz and Jack Lausch have been on some kind of roll.
Yeah, Kurtz is almost an extension of Jack Lausch. They talk about how they watch film together. They come out early, stay late in practice. When you talk about the explosive plays, number 17, Bryce Kurtz is the guy to watch. But right guard position is going to be key today with Josh Thompson out. The Badgers defensive line has been playing their best football.
Get it to the outside. That's A.J. Henning. Wisconsin was outstanding last week in New Jersey against Rutgers, and those boys up front had a whale of a game.
And this front 6, front 7 for the Badgers, they've been flying around these past 2 weeks. They're playing like they have something to prove, and That's why the injury to the right guard for Northwestern is so critical. The interior of Wisconsin's defensive line, Neal, Barton, even Elijah Hills, and they've been dominant and disruptive, and now here in a 3rd and 4 situation, another opportunity where the trenches will decide the outcome.
Held Rutgers' outstanding rushing offense to just 168 yards, and Northwestern will use a timeout. Discombobulated on that 3rd down. They've been really good on 3rd downs over the course of the last couple of weeks. We'll take a quick timeout before this 3rd and 4 on the lakefront. Today's Impact Players, Jake, they're sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Northwestern offensively, Cam Porter, Bryce Kurtz, they are keys.
Yep, and it's good to get Cam Porter back. He's at 100% now, no snap count. And on the flip side, the tone setter and the leader for Wisconsin's defense is Hunter Waller. He's going to be key today, as we've already seen Jack Lausch. He makes plays outside of the pocket. Expect Hunter Waller to be a guy that comes down in the box and almost does a spy-type situation on Lausch.
Empty set on this 3rd and 4. Now they put Porter in motion. Lausch to pass on 3rd and 4 to the outside. Tipped and almost intercepted. And there's your guy, Hunter Waller.
He's so instinctual, man. This guy's played a ton of snaps, maybe more snaps than anyone on the Badgers defense. And this is going to be dangerous. Right here on the far right side of your screen, watch him. A.J. Henning's going to be running a little stick route, and off the snap, he didn't have leverage. That's something Jack Lausch has to see. Hunter Waller was already in outside leverage and was able to trigger, nearly came up with the interception.
Luke Akers, the reigning Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week, was punting, was kicking field goals, and doing the kickoff duties. Sends a good one in the air. Fair catch called for by Waller at the 15-yard line. And Braden Locke, it's his month, Jake. Locktober, he's been awesome this month for the Wisconsin Badgers. Was unbelievable last week against Rutgers. Makes yet his 7th career start, and Braden Locke has been nearly perfect in his last 2 weeks.
It does feel like it's been his month, right? I think we're seeing in real time a guy grow in confidence and swagger. You know, his best traits have always been the football IQ. But these past 2 weeks, everyone around him, the offensive line has protected. We've seen receivers like Vinny Anthony step up. That's led to his production start to increase.
Locke back to pass on 1st down. Across the middle, finds Will Pauling. And gets a nice gain, close to a 1st down. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Wisconsin Badgers. Their offensive line, they have been beasts the last couple of weeks, open up huge holes for Tawee Walker.
Run game's been night and day, and Tawee Walker, 5'9", 218 pounds. He's a bowling ball, but it's been the big fellas up front that have been creating movement and protecting Braden Locke in the pass game.
Walker gets the carry. He's got a 1st down and out to the 30-yard line. Tawee Walker with 3 touchdowns in back-to-back weeks for the Wisconsin Badgers. Northwestern's defense, though, they are stout, especially against the run. 87.5 yards allowed per game for this rushing defense. Locke going deep, looking Vinny Anthony's way, and it's incomplete. That's been the hookup for deep balls as we take a look at the starting lineup for Northwestern, Jake. And again, the guys up front have been beasts.
Right, I mean, Coach David Braun told us, he said, this game's going to be won and lost in the trenches. And what Northwestern does on defense, it's a very simple scheme, nothing much exotic about it. But every guy plays their job and does it well. They're a well-structured defense. That means there's no space to run the ball. As you mentioned, Jeff, been stout against the run. They'll need to be that once again today.
Got one of their studs up front, Carmine Bastone, back last week. Had a sack and a forced fumble. Handoff. Walker trying to find space, not much of it, and an ankle tackle, and able to hang on for a very short gain. That was Robert Fitzgerald, who is starting in the place of Devin Turner.
That's the play we're going to see all afternoon here. It's the gap scheme. Just follow the polars of Wisconsin. Tawee Walker back with great patience and great vision, so he just patiently waits in the backfield and then follows those big offensive linemen upfield.
3rd down and 5 on this opening drive for Wisconsin. Locke to pass. Good pocket over the middle. It's incomplete. 2 guys in the same area. Vinny Anthony was one of them, Pauling the other. And it's 4th and 5.
I don't know who he was trying to get the ball to. Will Pauling was the first one to touch it. You see, Vinny Anthony was the one. Oh, yeah. It was a perfect throw to Vinny Anthony. I mean, he was the one that had won, and he was wide open, but a little bit of a miscommunication there. Those are two slants. That ball, you want to get that ball out quick, because if you don't, that's what ends up happening, guys in the same area.
Anthony was wide open. That could have gone to the house as Bertram's gets it in the air, and it's a fair catch. So both teams exchanging punts on their first drives on the lakefront. 43-yard punt. Jack Lausch and the Wildcats back on offense. No score, 11:05 to go in this first quarter, and your keys to the game today, they're sponsored by Modelo, and for Lausch, that's trying to keep him within the pocket. That's Wisconsin's key on defense.
Every defensive coordinator says this is the most stressful thing to prepare for as a mobile quarterback. This Northwestern offense is completely reliant on his playmaking ability, and it's true for both teams. Winning in the trenches will decide the winner in this game. You know, Wisconsin, they played Alabama and Jalen Milroe, a mobile quarterback, earlier in the season. It's been interesting to watch them. They're a completely different unit at this point.
Lausch looks to the outside, and another great catch made by Thomas Gordon. Had one diving catch on the opening drive for 28. This one good for 2.
I'm telling you, I love my tight ends now, right? And we've seen some great ones. Those 2 catches he's had to start the game are about as good as it gets.
6'5", 255, the senior Thomas Gordon. On the sidelines for this 2nd down and 8.
Only 2 yards, though. You see, he had to come negative. He had to come back towards the line of scrimmage, because the last time there was an out route, Hunter Waller almost intercepted it.
Lausch going to keep it. Tries to get to the outside using his blockers, and it's a positive gain just near the 30-yard line. Just short 3rd down and maybe a yard.
This is the play that Northwestern's going to live off of, and it's what makes Jack Lausch so dangerous. So there's the structure. He has a chance to pull it. That forces Jaheim Thomas to come up and try to, affect him in the run game. But it's almost like a triple option, Jeff, because you saw Lausch looking outside. He has the option to throw it, too. It's so stressful on defenses. Everyone has to be mentally focused and locked into their job.
Lausch to Porter across the middle, and a 1st down for Northwestern. Good old-fashioned, formerly the Big Ten West type of football right there on 3rd and short.
Baby, you're talking my language. I was thinking the exact same thing. This is going to be a fun game this afternoon. Yes, it is the old Big Ten West. I'm very excited to see the front 6, front 7 of Wisconsin. They've been playing their best ball these last 2, flying around. They've been physical, setting firm edges, and Northwestern, they have got to run the ball to win this game.
A lot of empty sets to begin these plays. Lausch back to pass, an extra pass rusher, and incomplete. Looking A.J. Henning's way. Not sure he got his face mask across to get a look at that fireball fastball.
This is really interesting. Wisconsin sent Jaheim Thomas on a blitz. They don't really show their hand. They disguise it. So he started that blitz from 5-6 yards off the line of scrimmage. It took him too long to get there. And that's what you know. You see number 7 coming from depth, but the area he vacated left A.J. Henning wide open. A.J. Henning had a big-time drop last week. Not the best start here to the game.
Almost hit the umpire in the neck, too. Lausch going to keep it. In trouble, throws it away. That's a good business decision for Lausch. 3rd down and 10 for Northwestern.
Northwestern, they've struggled on 3rd down, and really what that tells you is 1st and 2nd down. You have to get ahead of the sticks and stay on schedule. It's where that drop has ripple effects. It's a much bigger drop than just one bad play. What would have been a 1st and 10 and probably in plus territory, now all of a sudden you're 3rd and 10.
3 out of 12 last week on 3rd down for Northwestern. They picked up a couple in this ball game in the first quarter. Joseph Hyman in the backfield. They put Gordon in motion. Lausch to pass again. Going sideline looking for Kurtz. It's right off the top of the helmet of the defender and incomplete. Xavier Lucas on the coverage. Pretty locked tight on the sideline.
And you can't ask for better coverage from the freshman Xavier Lucas. He's just growing in real time. Look at this in the hip pocket. Bryce Kurtz is a speedy guy that can beat you over top, but Lucas is in his hip pocket. Rutgers tested him as a freshman last week. He was targeted 6 times, but he only allowed 2 catches for 10 yards. Remember, this guy's a freshman. He's got all the talent in the world.
Akers to kick again, and it got a hand on it. It's going to nestle at the 50-yard line and take a Northwestern bounce. A lot of pressure on special teams for Wisconsin. Could have been a lot worse for Northwestern, though. Jackson Aker got his hand on it. Jake, today's Impact Players sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Got to get that running game going against a stout run defense.
Yeah, man. Tawee Walker has been phenomenal. Nearly 200 yards on the ground last week, and he does it after contact. Vinny Anthony, man, we're seeing the emergence of a star in Vinny Anthony. Had an explosive catch, at least one every week going back to USC.
Gonna hand it off to Walker on this first down play. Again, goes to the outside, and a lot of hats to that football from Northwestern.
That's the formula. Again, Tawee Walker, just look at the way he's built. 5'9", 218 pounds. Squats a freaking house. And he's made a lot of his work has come after contact. He's just built to carry weight and change direction. So it's true for both defenses. It's true for any good defense. You got to get hats to the football. It applies significantly today with a running back like Tawee Walker.
Walker gets it again. Big hole up the middle, upended for a first down. Nice tackle by Fitzgerald to prevent any more damage on a good run from Tawee Walker, a gain of 7.
But there it is, right? I mean, Fitzgerald met him behind the line to gain, and Tawee Walker was able to keep balance and fall forward for another 2-3 yards.
Locke keeps, throws to the outside, incomplete. He had Vinny Anthony, and Locke frustrated. He knew he had Vinny Anthony with space. Just moments ago, we saw that pass deflection from Xavier Lucas, a freshman corner, and walking off the field and heading back into the locker room for Wisconsin. So something to track as we move forward.
He got kind of hit in the kidney by Hunter Waller, right? The safety over top. Friendly fire.
2nd and 10. Kekahuna goes in motion. Walker again goes right side. Gets to the 50-yard line and gang tackled. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Badgers.
Okay, just what is gap scheme? Well, gap scheme means play side, front side. You're blocking down, and then you follow the polars. Watch the tight end right here. Number 38, Tucker Ashcraft. He's going to lead the way. Bang! You see him meet the linebacker in the hole, and it presents a clean picture for Tawee Walker.
3rd down and 6. Wisconsin 45% conversion rate on 3rd down this year. Back to pass is Locke. Flush to the right. Pass is intercepted. Going the other way. Coco Azuma with the pick. And he's brought down near the 40-yard line. Another week and another pick for Braden Locke.
Wow, and this one's fully on him. He had C.J. Williams wide open, but football's a game of opportunity, Jeff. Coco Azuma, he said, I'll take that gift. I mean, look at that. You see C.J. Williams was wide open underneath. Locke had him. And what has been so impressive for him these past few weeks, Jeff, is he's been accurate. His decision-making has been sound. That one was as easy as an interception as you can ask for Coco Azuma.
5th interception of the year thrown by Braden Locke. Very easy for the super senior Coco Azuma. His first pick of the season, 6th overall for this Northwestern defense. And they've got good field position, too.
Now what do you do with it? And let's see what happens here on 1st and 2nd down. Can Northwestern get positive yards? Flip side, can you win at the line of scrimmage and create some negatives?
3rd drive for Northwestern. Henning in motion. Hyman gets the carry, and Hyman is met after a very short gain of 2. Hyman had 5 carries last week for -5 yards, but man, he is electric, and this coaching staff cannot say enough good things about getting this guy in space.
Yeah, he's the yin to Cam Porter's yang. Cam Porter, a bigger running back, downhill, physical. Hyman's a home run guy. Anytime he touches it, he has a chance to take it to the house.
Lausch rolls right. Lausch downfield, incomplete. Was trying to get it to Kurtz. There was 3 Badgers in the neighborhood.
Kurtz saw Christian Allegro, the big physical 6'4", 240 linebacker. I can't blame him. Lausch tried to thread that tight window. Kurtz knew he was going to take a shot. How about this though, Jeff? Talk about the Wisconsin defense. Only allowed 1 touchdown in their last 2 weeks, and they've been put in a bunch of different positions. They've been so impressive and so disciplined. This is the identity that Luke Fickell wants to see with his team. He's a defensive guy.
Rutgers was just 1 for 3 in the red zone last week against this Wisconsin defense. 3rd down and 8. Lausch to pass again, goes sideline, high throw, incomplete, broken up by Preston Zachman.
Gosh, I love football, man. It's a game of inches. 1 inch, 1 second could be all the difference. And A.J. Henning, he was up there, man. He went up top to try to come down with that. He hit the ground hard, wasn't able to hang on to it. Almost a spectacular
Immediate
catch.
timeout.
Got hit right in the midsection. Trying to come away with it. Henning down. He'll be attended to. Be back to Northwestern. A.J. Henning just made his way into the medical tent. Bryce Kurtz just left the medical tent. First it was Bryce Kurtz 1 play ago, leaving slightly gingerly. And then the last play from scrimmage, A.J. Henning goes down hard after this tackle by Zachman. And he is currently in that medical tent. So 4th down. Akers kicks it away and his last one blocked. Going to take another Northwestern bounce inside the 10-yard line. Tough field position for Wisconsin. They've got the football back. Be back in 15 seconds to Evanston. And Braden Locke threw the interception, but the defense held. Nothing there for Northwestern on that last possession following the pick. See what Braden Locke can do. Backed up inside his own 10-yard line, and a huge stop. Negative plays going backwards. Mac Uline all over Tawi Walker.
Oh, baby, that's what you love to see as a linebacker right there. Unblocked, read the play. Someone's got him. Someone's got to hit Uline, because if you don't, that's exactly what you're going to see right there. You talk about Big Ten West football, a little throwback game. Beautiful.
Loss of 2 on the play. Mac Uline starts at linebacker with Xander Mueller. Those 2 are studs. Handoff. Walker hit again and dropped before it gets to the 10. Let's go down the street. Dave Revson standing by.
Well, Jeff, undefeated Indiana off to a great start. 8 plays, 75 yards. Justin Ellison finishing it off. First rushing touchdown allowed by the Huskers this season. It's 7-0 in Bloomington.
Thanks so much, Dave. 3rd and 9 for Wisconsin. Inside their own 10-yard line. This is a very stout run defense for Northwestern, and they are showing their teeth. Bad snap. Locke tries to get rid of it. It's tipped and incomplete. That had disaster written all over it.
Yeah, there was nothing good about that play. And another
timeout for an injured defensive player.
Xander Mueller is the one banged up, and that is the heart and soul of this defense for Northwestern. Helped off the field.
Mueller's, so there's the cut block. Oh. That's part of football, right? That's an unfortunate thing.
That's just a ground ball right back to Braden Locke.
So there's just nothing good about that play. But, man, for Northwestern, You see Mueller there. You talk about Kurtz and A.J. Henning. Those are three of your most experienced players, key guys for the Wildcats' success.
Outstanding punt from Bertram's. Kurtz back on the field. A lot of room for him. Kurtz into Badger territory. So good news on Bryce Kurtz. He's back on the field, and the Wildcats are set to go in 15 seconds. That is a very busy medical tent for Northwestern. See Xander Mueller making his way in. On the offensive side, this may be an opportunity to take a shot, Jake.
That's what I'm thinking, right? When you get good field position like this, early downs, play action, and a shot over top.
Lausch going to keep it. Lausch looking for blockers, gets one from his tight end. And a good gain on first down, gets ahead of the sticks. Marshall Lang with the block to kick him free.
He's such a great athlete, man. I mean, he turned the corner and got the edge on the defense as a whole. And man, talking to Coach Braun yesterday, what did he tell us? He said this guy's a competitor and an athlete before he's a quarterback. And he meant that as a compliment. He meant that this guy is so athletic and has such competitive fire. It has ripple effects throughout the offense as a whole. It's what makes him a leader.
Coach Braun said you can't walk down the street with him and not have him win. Lausch to pass again. Trouble coming. Lausch gets out of it, throws, and it's incomplete. Look at the way of Frank Covey. Third down and short. Well, experience the expanded Big Ten Conference like never before with Big Ten Plus. Stream thousands of non-televised live events across the Big Ten. Plus, enjoy next day game replays for every Big Ten game. Subscribe now at BigTenPlus.com. Third down and short for Northwestern following the good punt return from Kurtz.
Look at the three big boys on the inside of Wisconsin's defensive line. They got a five-man surface to try to respect the run.
Handoff goes to Porter, bounces off one of his offensive linemen. He's going to be short. Decision time inside the 35-yard line. Do you go for it here?
You absolutely go for it. You're in great field position, and never mind, they're going to go kick the field goal. But I would go for it just because of the fact that you have answers and solutions with the mobile quarterback in Jack Lausch.
Fourth and a full 2. This is a 52-yard attempt for Luke Akers, his career long 43. He was 3 for 3 last week, filling in for the injured Jack Olson. From 52, the kick is up, and it is short. Akers with his first miss. Northwestern trying to get the points, and they come up short. So Wisconsin is going to get the football back. Still nothing, 3:03 to go.
That's why you go for it there, right? As you're just playing a game of odds, percentages. I mean, Akers has been phenomenal, and maybe he earned the right to take a chance at that. But when you have a mobile quarterback that's so dangerous like Jack Lausch, there's a ton of different plays you can call to get those few yards, including a pass play, and just let him make a play with his feet.
First-year offensive coordinator Zach Lujan calling the plays for Northwestern. Back-to-back FCS championships at South Dakota State. Now it's Wisconsin's turn again. Locke to pass, all kinds of time. Dumps it out into the flat, and Walker is dropped. Very minimal gain. Like Kenny Soares in on the stop.
What a great job once again. Wisconsin's defense. Haven't surrendered a single inch.
Yeah, the interception. Northwestern went nowhere after that. Had a good punt and a great return from Northwestern. But stalling with their offensive group. Again to the outside. Walker catches the fastball across the 40-yard line, and it's going to bring 3rd and 4. Let's go downstairs. Brooke Fletcher.
Yeah, guys, A.J. Henning came out of the medical tent and immediately was put on a cart. He is taken back to the locker room right now. Looks like he was uncomfortable is a great way to describe it. I'll keep you updated once I know more.
Thanks so much, Brooke. That's big news for Northwestern's offense. Senior wide out, 3rd and short for Wisconsin. Handoff, Walker, all kinds of space. Walker up the gut. Walker ankle tackled to save a touchdown. Huge gain for Tawee Walker as Damon Walters with a touchdown-saving ankle grab.
And just look at the interior. Watch the interior of this Badgers offensive line. This is Wisconsin football. Look at the center and left guard. And, from a pre-snap alignment, there was no Wildcat in either A-gap. So there was a ton of space. I mean, that's the easiest explosive run Tawee Walker can get, and it's just a credit to the big fellas up front.
First play of over 10 yards in the game for Wisconsin. Dupree in the ball game gets the carry, driven back by Sean McLaughlin. He had a tip pass on the last drive and drops Dupree for a gain of maybe a half a yard.
Just to go back to that third down run. From a pre-snap alignment, did you see it? There was no purple jerseys in either A-gap.
Remember, Xander Mueller was in the medical tent not too long ago. His replacement, Grayson Metz, is on the field. Locke going to keep it. Locke is brought down and a flag comes in late. That may be a grab on the offensive line for Wisconsin. First flag that we have seen in the game.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first.
That's a huge first down for Wisconsin. What could have been third down and long. Instead, it's a face mask. Inside the 20-yard line go the Badgers.
Let's see. We got him there. Okay, number 97, McLaughlin. Good call by the officials.
Walker back in the backfield. They're going to pitch pass. Pauling's got it. Pauling across the 20, down into the 10. Good gain on Will Pauling. Gain of 8, second down and 2. See how quickly Wisconsin wants to run it.
Well, Tawee Walker's doing a little bit of everything on this drive. That time he had the responsibility of being effectively the lead blocker. So you pitched it out, and Tawee Walker's the one that got that play going.
We'll go down to the other side of the field. Second quarter on the way.
Welcome back. I'm here with Coach Braun now. Coach, your defense has been able to keep this offense in check. How can it get a stop right here?
Yeah, we're going to have to bowl up, force them to kick a field goal. Need to clean some things up on special teams, but, got to get a stop here.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Brooke.
Well, Northwestern's defense, they've been good inside the red zone. Good challenge right now. Second down and 2 for Wisconsin as we open up the second quarter. No Xander Mueller on the field. Walker gets the carry, tries to slither his way forward. He'll get a first down. First and goal, Wisconsin.
He's finding a lot of success running up the A-gaps. The interior is dominating right now. Number 56, Joe Brunner. Jake Renfro, the center.
And Brunner had a great week in New Jersey last week against Rutgers. First and goal. Locke's going to keep it. Locke, right side. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Second in as many weeks for the quarterback, Braden Locke.
This is the beauty of football, and this is this is a trait of a good offense. You're like a great magician. You set it up with the inside runs, and then right at the last second, you pull it. So they've been setting this play up all drive. Northwestern completely bit on the inside zone to Walker, and Locke, who really isn't known as a dual threat quarterback, did a good job of reading that, pulling that, and going to score that.
Great block on the outside by Chris Brooks to spring him free. Locke not the most athletic of quarterbacks, but just sneaky enough. Extra point is up and good. 7-0 Wisconsin. 5 rushing touchdowns a week ago. This is the first for the Badgers. They're up by 7. Seven 0 Braden Locke with his second rushing touchdown of the season. Our scoring drive is presented by Marathon. It all came after that missed 52-yard field goal attempt too, Jake.
It's complementary football. It's why they've been so successful. Again, they found their identity these past 3 weeks. The offense has been complementary in terms of the run, the play action, the pass, but it's also offense-defense, how they've been complementing one another.
Northwestern's back on the field with the offense. Next Saturday, Big Ten tailgate is in Iowa City for homecoming. Get you ready for another full slate of football fun. Begins 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. All right, Jake, big test right now for Northwestern, trying to come back after they had positive yardage to get there after the great punt return, missed a field goal. It's a big drive for the Wildcats. Hand it off. Porter slithers his way near the 35-yard line. Going to mark him a half a yard short. Good first gain for Porter.
It is a big drive, and Northwestern's hoping that play is a sign of what's more to come. But so far in this game, the interior of the Badgers, the defensive line there, Elijah Hills, Ben Barton, they've been dominating the center guard of Northwestern. And I'll tell you this, one thing I'd like to see for the Wildcats, get the tight ends more involved. We saw Thomas Gordon early. He's a great pass catcher.
Gordon goes in motion. Handoff again. That's going to be a first down. Porter stays on his feet, tries to get more. He picks up 4 yards and a Wildcat first down. Got to start somewhere.
You can see how much this game means to both teams. Look at the energy and intensity that Porter's playing with. Guy that missed some time with some injuries. David Braun said he's back at 100%. He's one of their veteran players that they rely on heavily. Just runs with his full heart on his sleeve.
Just 23 rushing yards last week in the win against Maryland. Handoff again. Porter tries to cut back, and he is leveled. Huge tackle on the outside. Elijah Hills.
And Hunter Waller, too. I mean, he's so fun to watch on film. Guy's just played a ton of snaps. Watch Hunter Waller. Watch him come on the end of the line of scrimmage and then read this right here. Bang! Trigger downhill. Bryce Kurtz, that's his responsibility to try to block him. But Hunter Waller read it, and triggered too fast. The instincts are what makes a great defensive player. Hunter Waller's got him.
Waller went low, Hills went high for the pancake tackle. Just a pickup of 2, second down and 8. Hyman gets the carry, sees a wall of white, and he goes down. There's Waller again right in the middle of it.
So they were running. This is Hunter Waller once again. ID Hunter Waller all day. Watch him come downhill. They got a bubble concept up top. Could have hit Calvin Johnson. This is on Jack Lausch. He's got to do something with the snap to see that pre-snap, because he should have pulled that and dumped it out to Calvin Johnson with the nickel pressure.
Barton, Cheeks, Waller, and Hyman had nowhere to go. 1 for 5 on third down, Northwestern. Lausch to pass on 3rd and long. Going to tuck it and run. Gets by Allegro, makes a man miss, and a first down for Northwestern. There's the athleticism from Lausch.
Man, is he dynamic. There was 4 different white jerseys that looked like they had a chance to bring him down. Look at this right here. Looked like John Pius had a chance at him. A couple guys in the secondary had a chance at him. And this is with the injury to A.J. Henning, with the injury to Josh Thompson up front. I mean, this is why they have Jack Lausch in at quarterback. He gives them something that no one else can. Such a dangerous athlete. We need to see more of that today.
Saw the note coming in it today. 12 first downs rushing for Lausch. They'll hand it off. Hyman slips one. Big gain on first down. A pickup of 9 for Hyman. Man, is he slippery through that hole.
Every single step is dynamic. Great agility. Good luck tackling, man. If you blink, he'll be behind you. But again, it's the offensive line too. Watch him bounce with his patience here. Look when he gets touched, setting up the blocks. That's Gordon coming around. And the first time he gets touched is 9 yards down the field.
Everything on the ground on this drive. 6 plays for Northwestern. Good response so far. Hyman picks up the blitz. Lausch rolling right, and another catch. sliding and making the grab. Thomas Gordon, his third catch of the afternoon.
That play doesn't happen without Hyman in pass protection. Wisconsin was bringing the corner blitz. Jeff, you saw it and called it out. This is where it starts. Watch number 6 at running back. Bang! You see the cornerback pressure. Just gives him enough time. Jack Lausch feels it, exits the pocket, and man, that's been their go-to play, right? The off-schedule throws downfield to Gordon.
Saw that initial clap. Maybe Lausch seeing that pressure coming, putting Hyman in the right place to have success. Game slowing down for Lausch. Direct snap. And Porter is driven backwards. Kurt Neal sniffed that ball out.
They're building a wall there on the inside of their defense. The D tackles are dominating. So a lot of success is, where does your runner make his first cut? See it right there. Ken Porter's first cut is a yard behind the line of scrimmage because of all those big fellas on the inside of Wisconsin's defense dominating their matchups up front.
Barton put his man in the backfield, and Neal was there to receive Porter. Hyman back in the backfield on the left of Lausch. To pass, Lausch over the middle, incomplete. He had his man open. That was Kurtz. Led him too much.
And it comes back to protection. He had a guy in his face right away. It looked like Darrell Peterson was doing an up and under move from the edge. Started outside and came right into Lausch's lap, basically, which forced him to be a bit inaccurate on that. But my God, what a missed opportunity there. It should have been a touchdown for Wisconsin, or for Northwestern.
And just 3 completions in the game. They have all gone to his tight end, Gordon. They were 4 for 4 in the red zone last week at Maryland. They're in the red zone right now. Lausch to pass. Heat coming to the outside. Catch made at the 10-yard line. Looking for more yardage. They're going to be short. They're in field goal range, to say the least, but another opportunity on 4th and short.
Last week, Wisconsin showed a lot of pressure and dropped out of it. They confused Callie McManus, Rutgers quarterback. That time you see Wisconsin in that pre-snap look, but they did come, and it was a good job by Jack Lausch feeling that. He was on the same page with his go-to guy, Bryce Kurtz, giving him a chance, at least an option to go for it on 4th down, but they'll take the 3 points.
Akers on a 27-yard attempt. Missed his last one at 52. High snap, and it's blocked by Wisconsin. They've got a block punt, now a blocked field goal, and Akers ends up making the tackle. 2 huge special teams plays by the Badgers.
And in that one, man, that's going to be on Akers. It had no height, no loft. He almost kicked that right into the back of his protection.
Immediate
Curry
timeout.
maybe have come in and got his hand on it. But for Akers, 2 misses today. 1 from 52. This one blocked. 7-0 Wisconsin. Today's big stat brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. First 4 games, not a lot of big plays. Last 2, huge big play ability from this Wisconsin offense. Haven't seen the big play yet, but on special teams, this Badger special teams unit's been fantastic. Locke to pass, floats it in the neighborhood, caught by C.J. Williams. Perfect touch from Braden Locke.
What a freaking throw right there, man. They're running that read option, but look at, just watch the path of this football right here. And he zipped that in right over the top of Josh Fussell, the defensive back. It just dropped that right into a bucket to C.J. Williams. That's a heck of a throw there.
Good block. Another Williams catch near midfield and a first down for Wisconsin. Let's go downstairs. The heartbeat of this defense. Check in with Brooke Fletcher.
Yeah, guys, I've been keeping an eye on Mueller here. I was told that he's questionable, but he's been in and out of the tent with a brace on that right leg. Worked with trainers a bit, just looks like to get a feel for that brace there. Grabbed his helmet. You can tell he's in a little bit of pain, but his helmet is on. It looks like he's hoping to possibly go in.
And not in the game at the moment. Thank you so much, Brooke. That's a great sign for Mueller just to be out of the tent. Darian Dupree carries for a couple of yards.
That's Mueller, man. If he can go, you can bet he's going to be out there. But this is what I'm talking about, complementary football. Think about last drive, how they really emphasized the run. The first 2 plays there were off of play action.
Sling it to Dupree, makes the catch, gets around his tackle. Another big gain. Down the sideline goes Dupree. There's your big play, Jake.
You know what's special? When you make it look easy. I mean, that's a running back right here. That's a true freshman. Watch this. He's got the stick-em out there on his hands. And then he's got the speed, and maybe 37 Nowakowski might have got away with a little grab.
Dupree gets the carry and bottled up.
Dupree, the ball carrier.
Get back to the line of scrimmage. But because they have run so much here, Jake, and run with so much success, it sets up all the play action pass. Things are coming easier for Wisconsin's offense.
Exactly. That's what I've seen now that this is our 3rd straight week with the Badgers. Their identity and what's labeled as an air raid system has come full circle back to emphasizing the run game. That allows them to get into play action and RPOs, which builds the confidence of their quarterback.
Locke to pass again. Floats, looking end zone, and it is going to be incomplete. He was looking the way of C.J. Williams again.
That's a really good throw. C.J. Williams, a former 4-star, transferred in from USC, 6'1", got that long, rangy speed. You really can't throw a better ball than that.
3rd down and 10. Plenty of time on that play clock for Locke. Locke across the middle, it's tipped, and it's dropped. Right in the breadbasket of Damon Walters, was looking for his 2nd pick, and he dropped it.
Oh my gosh. And man, they are excited about Damon Walters, the redshirt freshman. What an opportunity. So sometimes you're almost surprised at how easy it is, right? I mean, that's a ball that's lobbed right in there. Didn't even need to jump. Oh. He was almost surprised by how easy that was. That is a huge missed opportunity.
40-yard attempt for Vacos, missed last week. And this one is blocked by Northwestern. Back-to-back possessions ending in blocked field goals. Special teams also special on the lakefront this afternoon, Jake.
Great football game. Damon Walters, he's going to have to buy his buddies a steak dinner. Northwestern's defense stiffening up, and then the special teams bringing it home.
Jaden Cameron got his paw up there. Northwestern holds. Football on the Big Ten Network is presented to you by Marathon. Proud to save drivers and their co-pilots up to $1 per gallon. By State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by DirecTV. Stream Big Ten football all season long on DirecTV without a satellite dish. From men's soccer last night at Martin Stadium to football this afternoon. A block kick from the Wildcats, and we'll have procedure. These have been killers for Northwestern's offense, playing behind the sticks.
Full start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Well, later today, huge women's hockey matchup comes your way when the top-ranked Badgers face off with number 3 Minnesota. Coverage between these WCHA rivals begins at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Jake, you got your surfboard out there, bud.
Is he? I've never seen. He's above the water there, huh?
Oh yeah, buddy. That's a big deal. Lausch across the middle, and it's incomplete. Great defense by Ricardo Hallman. He's trying to get it to Calvin Johnson Jr. Hallman broke it up.
I just love the emotion too. Ricardo Hallman led the FBS in interceptions last year, was such a dynamic playmaker. Dropped one last week. He had a chance last week. But make no mistake about it, man, that guy is a special, special talent. Just a great job. Look at the reading the coverage, reading the route, and triggering.
It's a bang-bang play. May have got that forearm on the back of the helmet of Johnson. A hair quick, wasn't called. Porter's in the backfield. Lausch again back to pass. Sets up the screen. It's batted away. Darrell Peterson got his hand in there. Seen a lot of tip passes, blocked field goals, blocked punts.
It's a chance to give the big fellas up front a ton of credit, man. They've been the reason Northwestern has not been able to find success today. It's been the defensive line of the Badgers. Someone's got to spy Lausch here. The one thing you have to avoid, don't let him beat you with his feet.
Third down at 15. It's Porter near the 30-yard line. 4th down and 3 coming up for Northwestern. Nearly got back to that first down yardage. Let's go downstairs to Brooke. A lot of injured players to catch up on.
Yeah, Jeff, let's start with Wisconsin. I'm told Xavier Lucas is now out for the rest of the game due to an upper body injury, and A.J. Henning is questionable to return due to an upper body injury as well.
Thank you so much. And it's big news. Kick away by Akers. Takes it Northwestern. Bounce! Oh, what a hit! Somehow Wohler held on after a massive hit on special teams. Evan Smith laying the wood. Wow, what a hit.
If you close your eyes, you can hear good football. Hunter Waller's a safety, so he might appreciate that, but what a hit by Evan Smith.
Great seats everywhere. Willie the Wildcat out at the Walter Athletics Center. Checking out the ball game from just outside Martin Stadium. After that huge hit, here comes Braden Locke and company. Locke flushed out of room, down he goes. Najee Story in on that sack, and Carmine Bastone was there to clean it up too.
He just came off of his tight end Tucker Ashcraft a little early. Watch Ashcraft on this out route. And watch his eyes. Locke is right there, and then he gets off of it too quick. Ashcraft came out and was wide open there in the flat. Locke just didn't hang on him long enough.
Big Ragu making his presence felt. They go over the middle. Catch made by Pauling.
That's the play right there. That play is a microcosm of what this offense wants to be. It's the RPO system. They've been setting that up all throughout the first half. Linebackers trigger, hit Will Pauling behind it.
3rd down and long has been very consistent for both of these teams. 3rd and 5 for Wisconsin. Locke to the outside. That's Vinny Anthony. 1st down Badgers, his favorite target. And that goes back to last year when they were working his twos together.
They've had such a great relationship, but when we talk about the explosive plays and the offensive success, that's really what it's about, Jeff. It's the offensive line. You talk about the relationship with Vinny Anthony, man, he has emerged and exploded. Going back to the USC game, he's good for at least one explosive every single game. You know, Bryson Green goes down, he's stepped up and taken full advantage of these extra targets.
Happy false start on Wisconsin.
Offense, number 38. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Next Saturday, football tripleheader kicks off. Undefeated Indiana against Washington. Then the Wildcats go to Iowa City against the Hawkeyes. And in the nightcap, Spartans head to Ann Arbor to face off against the Wolverines under the lights at the Big House. It all starts Big Ten Tailgate. It's all next Saturday only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Got to have time to operate. That was a slow developing play on that big pass to Vinny Anthony. Tommy Walker slips a tackle. He's across the 50-yard line and carrying tacklers with him into Wildcat territory.
Just on these next few plays, just watch the interior of this Badger offensive line. Joe Brunner has been playing some phenomenal football. You got Joe Huber, Jake Renfro, all guys 6'4", 6'5", 300, 310 pounds. It's just they are Wisconsin football. They've been playing like it lately.
Renfro's the runt at 6'3", 305. Walker couldn't slip out of the tackle of Azuma. Third down and very short for Wisconsin. 2-minute timeout is upon us on Lake Michigan. 7-0 Wisconsin driving. Well, Wisconsin struggled to score points early. Couldn't get 30 points against Western Michigan, South Dakota, then scoring just 31 combined against Alabama and USC. But the last couple of weeks, 94 points combined between Purdue and Rutgers victories. As the points go, so go the yards. After not breaking 400 in any of their first 4 games, Badgers have averaged nearly 570 the last 2. Jake, they gave you a lot of credit because you've been on the call for the last 2 weeks for the Wisconsin Badgers. Walker goes right up the middle, stood up, and it's going to be 4th down.
And that's a great job by Mac Uline, because what Walker has been doing all day, he's been falling forward at the point of attack, and Uline stood him up.
4th and 1 for Wisconsin.
Let it wind down. Hahn caught it. With the way their defense has been playing, why not?
Give them some time to think about it at least. David Braun keeping his defense on the field for now. We'll have a timeout.
Timeout, Wisconsin.
By
They're
Wisconsin.
first charged.
We'll have their decision in 30 seconds when we come back to Evanston. Wisconsin's been so good on those 3rd and shorts, unable to come up with that big first down. Bertram's ready to kick it away. Nose of the football down. And they will put Northwestern at the 1-yard line. Great job by Will Pauling getting downfield. 42-yard punt. Wisconsin still has 2 timeouts left too, Jake, and 1:04 to go. Depending on how they play this, they may have some time back if they get the ball back.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, that's going on the teach tape there. We've seen some great special teams today.
Don't forget to stick around for the halftime show. It's sponsored by Defender. Dave Revson, Ashley Adamson, Marcel Reese, Anthony Herron. They're right down the street in the Big Ten studios. Highlights from this one and around the rest of the Big Ten, including the big Huskers and Hoosiers clash. Late game previews too. Fearsome foursome.
Watch the interior too there. Watch Elijah Hills and Ben Barton.
Lausch hands it off. Porter gets it, and the extra yard of breathing room on first down. And we'll see Wisconsin use a timeout.
Timeout, Wisconsin.
You need a beverage? You got 30 seconds before we're back. .56 seconds to go. Wisconsin can stop the clock one more time. Conceivably get the ball back with a couple of ticks left, Jake?
Yes, and in the flip for Northwestern, they have got to be thinking they need to get a few more yards here. Remember, they already had a punt blocked earlier in the half. You need to give that punt team space if you don't get first down.
You get it to Hyman. Hyman breaks through, and he's got a first down, so take all that away as Hyman picks up that first down. And there's plenty of space there for Northwestern. Now, you got 2 timeouts if you're Northwestern. How aggressive do you play this with your offense?
It depends on this very next play right here. Is you'd like to get one more first down to get yourself a little bit more momentum. Then you can kind of go into attack mode. But remember, A.J. Henning's out, and you know they have some injuries at the wide receiver position. I think you might expect them to be a little bit more conservative.
And we got movement up front.
Full start, offense, number 72, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Caleb Tiernan, left tackle. These have been a killer all year for Northwestern. Drives that don't have any procedure penalties, they are green and go.
All right, that decides it right there, right? No more aggressive mindset. But, you know, to your point, David Braun, he said he spent a lot of time and resources this week showing his offense the numbers. Like, guys, we're good when we stop beating ourselves.
And the pass, Lausch in trouble, and down he goes. The ball is out. Wisconsin's got it. So much for being conservative as Lausch had the ball pop out. It's 1st and goal, Wisconsin. Elijah Hills recovered it.
Wow. And a great job once again by the Badgers defensive line. This is the risk with trying to be aggressive. Elijah Hills fell on the football, but I believe it was Daryl Peterson. Watch right here up top. Looks like Leon. Yep, that's Leon Lowry, number 8. Watch him. Win with the hands, excuse me. Josh Pius, how about that? It's a 0 right there. John Pius just went one right at the point of attack. And wow, if there's one thing you cannot do as Jack Lausch and for Northwestern, it's that exact thing right there. Great job by John Pius to win and force that fumble.
So 1st and goal, 43 seconds. Cade Giacomelli is the back for Wisconsin. Giacomelli, pitch outside, a foot race to the pylon, touchdown Badgers. Giacomelli is 2nd score of the season.
Man, Phil Longo has been in his bag these past 3 weeks, man. We've kind of highlighted how dominant the interior of the Badgers offensive line has been, so we're all thinking in the stadium this is going to be a run right up the middle. And nope, they just beat him. Beat him to the edge with Giacomelli, who's been an explosive running back for the Badgers this year.
A huge 2-for-1 too. After the turnover, Wisconsin's going to get the football back out of halftime too. 39 seconds to go in the half. A backbreaker potentially for Northwestern. 30 seconds, we'll be back. Today's drive summary, Jake, it's brought to you by American Family Insurance. Didn't have a lot of traction the first 3 drives, but that play action pass has been alive and well the last 4 drives.
It's been a steady, slow cooked first half here for the Badgers. They've stayed consistent. They've stayed committed to the run. Like you said, that opens up the play action, and give a ton of credit to their defense too. They've been put in some difficult situations. They haven't budged.
14-0 Wisconsin after the touchback. Celebrating Fansville. It's sponsored by Dr. Pepper College Football. It's a Pepper thing. A lot of Badger fans making their way down from Madison. One of the closest rivalries in the Big Ten Conference. Now there's USC and UCLA out on the West Coast. That's the closest in terms of geography. But Madison and Northwestern, maybe number 2, close. Indiana and Purdue's pretty close too. And Northwestern's just going to kneel on this one after just a devastating turnover by Lausch. The sack and fumble turns into a touchdown for Cade Giacomelli. And the interesting bit of getting Wisconsin and Northwestern both off the field at the same time. Very limited space at Martin Stadium. Wisconsin going off the field first. And then Northwestern to follow. Brooke Fletcher trying to find Luke Fickell on the sideline. And Brooke in the mix with Luke Fickell.
Coach, thank you for your patience here. We got him on camera, guys. Coach, how about your defense just really stepping up there and creating an opportunity for your offense?
Yeah, we're still not playing very well.
Kickoff here, the offense, they've been moving the ball. They just can't capitalize. We talked about penalties. That was an emphasis for this team. He said we have to play a clean half here. Update on the injuries, guys. A.J. Henning is out. It's going to open up an opportunity for C.J. Johnson to get some reps here. And Xander Mueller, he is not coming back in, it looks like.
Oh, that is a huge blow, especially for Xander Mueller, the heart and soul of that defense for Northwestern. So expect to see a lot of Grayson Metz. Wisconsin, who won the toss, is going to get the football 2 for 1 after they scored when Northwestern decided to throw the ball inside their own 12-yard line, Jake, and turn it into a touchdown for the Badgers.
Talk about those middle 8. The final 4 going into half, the first 4 coming out of half, how that is so critical deciding the outcome of the game. And it's what makes the end of the half there for Northwestern so frustrating. I almost think that second down run by Joseph Hyman, it was a great run. It worked against them because all of a sudden that put them in an aggressive mindset, which led to the fumble.
Get to the outside. Pauling is hit just as soon as he made the catch. That was Metz, who's filling in for Mueller at the middle linebacker position.
Okay, well, you called it right there, right? Mueller out, in comes Metz, introducing himself to the viewers and to the Badgers here right away to start the second half. Nice hit.
Missed block on the outside by Nowakowski. So second down and 10. And on the other side for Wisconsin, Tommy Walker rushed for 68 yards in that first half. But Braden Luck, after that second possession interception, it's been really good. Walker gets it. Able to get through to the 30-yard line. Third down and 5.
So he just kind of squeaks through. There wasn't a huge hole, but he doesn't need a big hole. Watch this on the left side of your screen. There's 56, Joe Brunner leading the way. And like you can't even see him until he breaks through, right? It was about an 8-inch, 10-inch hole there. And Tommy Walker was able to find a way up through.
Wisconsin was 2 for 7 on third down in the first half. Locked to pass, feels the pressure, and it's incomplete. Good coverage downfield. That was Braden Turner on the coverage, and forces fourth down and a punt.
Well, that's exactly what was needed for the Northwestern Wildcats there. Like we said, you can't have a worse end to the first half, and for as much as it's felt like Wisconsin's dominated this game, Northwestern is still fully in this game. That's a good start there to force a 3-and-out.
Bertram's back to punt. A.J. Henning, who handles a lot of the punts, out for the rest of the game. Kurtz is back there, had a long return in the first half. Kurtz goes up the middle, another good return from Kurtz across the 30-yard line, and we'll see what kind of response we get from this Northwestern offense. Just didn't get a lot of traction going with either the running game or the passing game.
And what stinks is remember, Kurtz left the game for a brief second in the first half, and now you see him hobbling off the field there. That's going to affect everything you just said, Jeff, is finding a way to get some points on the board. They're going to have to do it, at least for now, without their top 2 wide receivers.
34 catches for Henning, 25 catches for Kurtz coming into this ball game. Chance for somebody to step up. Just 4 completions from Lausch in that first half. 3 went to his tight end, Thomas Gordon. He handed off. Porter wrapped up after his short gain. Jake Chaney on the tackle. You know, for Kurtz, what he means to this offense, I mean, those 2 guys combined 60% of the Northwestern catches this year.
That's everything. And again, let's just zoom out a little bit and remember, Jack Lausch, he was their backup quarterback to start the season, right? So there's been a lot of change. You'd just like to have stability around him. Lausch and Kurtz, they become best friends. That's his go-to guy, and now he's going to have to do it without both of those guys.
Set Covey in motion. They give it to Porter. Porter jackknifes his way forward. Jaheim Thomas, part of the stop. Let's go back downstairs to Brooke.
You guys were talking about Bryce Kurtz and how he was walking off a little gingerly there. He walked immediately to the medical tent. He's in there with trainers. I'll keep you posted.
Thanks so much, Brooke. Second time that Kurtz has been in that medical tent today. Remember, he and Henning got banged up on back-to-back plays in that first half. 3rd and 6.
Their best pass catcher now, in my opinion, is tight end number 87, Thomas Gordon.
In motion now. Lausch in trouble. Lausch using his feet, diving forward. He went head first. It's going to be 4th down in inches.
That's really close. That is really close. Let's take another look at it. Yeah, he's definitely short. Northwestern, remember, they had a chance to go for it on 4th and 1 early in the first half. They decided to kick a field goal. Now, I mean, with where this game is at, David Braun's going to keep his offense on the field.
That's a 52-yard attempt that fell short. Lausch and the offense on the field. Lausch has it. Handoff, Porter. Porter puts his shoulder down. First down, Northwestern. Boy, do the Wildcats need that.
And that's why they're excited to have Cam Porter back this week at 100%. That's what he does, because there wasn't any space in there. And Cam Porter just did what he always does, 213 pounds, run downhill behind his pads. And, you know, now they're getting their best receiver back as Bryce Kurtzman. He's fighting to stay in this game right now.
Kurtz back on the field for this first down and 10 from the 44-yard line. That felt like a massive half a yard to get for Northwestern. Keep this offense on the field for this drive. Lausch. Open. And there's Kurtz. First down, Northwestern. Second catch of the day for Kurtz. Last couple of ball games over 120 yards. One took 10 catches to get, one took 3 catches to get 123.
And that tells you everything you need to know. And of course, talk about the last 2 games, right? This is Jack Lausch's team now. Wasn't the starter to start the season, but in recent weeks has been finding himself as a quarterback, and a big piece of that again is going to Bryce Kurtz.
Kurtz, the motion man to the bottom of your screen. Lausch to pass again. And Kurtz incomplete. Threw a good ball. Kurtz couldn't pull it in. How about Cam Porter wide open in the flat, too? He had 2 options.
Yeah, and okay, there it is right there. He did have 2 options. He did have Cam Porter, but this just shows you that he puts his full faith in number 17, Bryce Kurtz. This is a well-thrown ball, beautiful ball, and Kurtz usually has trusty hands.
When you wonder how much him being hobbled, maybe just not on that spot exactly.
Yeah. This is a game of opportunities, and Northwestern has just, they've been dealing with missed opportunities all afternoon.
Fake the pitch. Lausch trying to set up the screen. It's Porter on the screen, brought down from behind by Jaheim Thomas.
And a nice job, too, by number 3, Nazir Forkurine, the corner, of just staying patient. They had a convoy out in front of them there. They did have some space, but a good job by the Badgers defense pursuing and forcing the 3rd down.
And this feels like 4-down territory. They went for it on their side of the field moments ago, picked it up. So 3rd down and 4, potentially 2 downs to get 4 yards. Stack 4 receivers on the top of the formation. Lausch going to carry it following his blockers. Lausch brought down again by Thomas.
Jaheim Thomas has been so impressive in recent weeks. He's an athletic linebacker with great range, 6'4", 245 pounds. But watch right here in the middle of this defense. They're trying to run a crack pull play, and you see right there the instincts and the speed, and then there's the strength at the point of attack of meeting Jack Lausch and driving him backwards.
4th down and 3. Lausch feeling the pressure. Lausch, all kinds of room to run. There he goes. Lausch down the sideline and out of bounds inside the 5.
That play, that's the killer for the Badgers defense, and they've done a good job for the most part throughout this game of bottling that up. Defensive coordinator Tressel said we need to have a spy on Jack Lausch, and that right there is what happens when you don't have a spy. He's such a dangerous athlete in making the Badgers pay.
Lausch keeps, dives forward to get maybe to the 4. They'll spot him at the 5-yard line. That was a 29-yard run for Lausch, showing off that center fielder speed.
In critical situations, 3rd downs, 4th downs, red zones, whatever it is, that's what Jack Lausch does. Usually, really, it's been a simple process. He's going to look for 17, Bryce Kurtz, and if not, that's when he's going to step up and run. Down here, once again, you just saw it on first down. The quarterback run is fully alive.
Handoff, Porter wrapped up, maybe one. 3rd down and goal from the 4. Again, 4 down territory, and you're in this moment for Northwestern.
Has to be. And I'll take your eyes there to the middle of the defensive line. Wisconsin's got some bigger bodies. Elijah Hill's number 94. You see number 92 there, Kurt Neal. 68, Ben Barton. They got 3 big bodies. This is Big Ten football, baby.
Aaron Witt checks in. Right defensive end. Lausch. And a procedural penalty again on Northwestern.
Still 3rd down.
Those have been killers all year for the Wildcats. You see that big, deep breath there from David Braun. He's feeling what all the Wildcats fans are feeling.
And 5 yards down here in the low red zone makes a world of difference. When you're talking about 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line, everything is on the table. Now here, there's just not a lot of plays that you can call to get a touchdown from the 9-yard line in a goal-to-go situation.
Gotta believe still 4 down territory, but first 3rd down and goal. Lausch to pass again. Flushed out, being chased by Pius. Gets rid of it, incomplete. 4th down and goal.
And that's why that penalty is so critical, right? Because you'd like to go for it in a 4th down situation, but knocks you back to the 9-yard line. Now there's no choice but to kick the field goal. And once again, John Pius, we saw him show up there at the end of the first half with the strip sack. That time he forces Jack Lausch to throw it to nobody.
Luke Akers was perfect last week, 3 for 3 against Maryland. Missed from 52, had 27 blocked.
He's got to get this kick up.
He does, and he puts it through. So Northwestern is on the scoreboard. 14-3, over halfway done in this 3rd quarter. (14-3) Wisconsin. Going to get the football back following a Northwestern field goal. Today's trivia on Big Ten Network presented by T-Mobile. Before David Braun in 2023, who is the last coach to win Big Ten Coach of the Year in their first season.
I have a few ideas. Do you have any hint or clue? Do you have a clue?
I have a clue. I don't want to give it to you quite yet.
Was it over or under the past 6 years? So before or after 2015?
Under.
So towards us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been fewer than 10 years. Get your research team on it, Jake. We got some time to think about it as we go to timeout. (14-3) on the banks of Lake Michigan. I know those folks. My son Brock, daughter Logan, wife Ashley. First college football game for them. Nice job. Way to be good sports, guys. How about our trivia answer? You want to give a guess in there, Jake?
Is it Ryan Day? 2019 for the Ohio State Buckeyes, huh?
Great call. That's your answer. Ryan Day. Last Big Ten Coach of the Year, first season. It's David Braun last year. Just hope we were pushing record on this game so my kids can go back and watch that. They did a great job. Tommy Walker slips through a tackle and is pushed forward for a first down for Wisconsin.
To go back to that trivia, you know, it's you give not to take anything away from Ryan Day. You give him credit, right? But there's an expectation, right, to win in Columbus at the highest level. What David Braun did last year here for Northwestern was one of the most impressive coaching jobs I've seen in not just college football, in all of sports.
Push pass out to Vinny Anthony, wrapped up from behind. That was Metz. Tackled him. Vinny Anthony with a good gain, pickup of 8.
See the Badgers mindset right here, right? You get that first down on the ground, you get hurry up, you then give it to Vinny Anthony, so we'll run it right at you, we'll run around you, no huddle. just trying to wear out the Wildcats defense.
Getting some big chunks, 20 yards in the first 2 plays of this drive for Wisconsin. Pressure coming. Locke loses the football. It's down, and Northwestern recovers. The turnover the Wildcats needed.
And guess who? It's Grayson Metz stepping in for Xander Mueller, and he came off the slot here. He was lined up over Will Pauling, but triggered right down to the line of scrimmage pre-snap. It looked like Tucker Ashcraft had protection, the tight end on him, but Grayson Metz just kept working and working and working. Here he is, 57. Watch him work around. So he lined up in the slot, then he gets matched up with the tight end, and he works around and punches that ball out. That's the key, not just get the sack, but go ahead and punch the ball out with the blind side. Man, did Northwestern need that play. Great technique. You see him just punch, get his hand right on the football. That is a huge, huge play. Great job by Grayson Metz stepping up with Xander Mueller out.
Sean McLaughlin had the initial pressure to force Locke to step up right into the paws of Metz. Nashi Story able to fall on it, and a huge opportunity now for Northwestern. Second Badger turnover. Hyman's in the backfield. Hyman gets it on first down and takes it near the 40-yard line.
Now we've seen this Badger defense, they've responded off of turnovers. Braden Locke has thrown some interceptions. Now this time it's a fumble. They almost turn up their intensity with their back against the wall. They haven't given an inch off of turnovers.
They've allowed 44 points on their 10 turnovers coming into the game. That's the 5th most in football. But they've been much better here recently. A lot of those came in the early weeks. Lausch to the flat, and it's dropped. He had Gordon wide open. He's thinking about making that next move and forgot the football.
Yeah, so to that point, Locke has thrown 4 interceptions in the last 3 weeks, and the defense has not allowed a single point off those interceptions. This time it's a fumble, and gosh, again, I mean, Northwestern, we got to catch the ball. Gordon's made some highlight catches. That was the easiest catch he could have had all day.
Just doing some little things. Remember, they were first down and goal inside the 5-yard line. Procedural penalty pushed him back. Lausch going deep and throws to nobody. Was looking Kurt's way. A lot of coverage down there for Cureen as well as Walter. And it's 4th down.
So there was nothing downfield, and part of why Lausch had to throw that. Go ahead and watch this spy. He's right here behind the post. See number 1 right there. You see him come right out behind the post. Jake Chaney. So Wisconsin decided to put a spy with their linebackers to ensure Lausch didn't even think about running.
Northwestern coming away with nothing after the fumble recovery. Got a new punter in there. High wobbly kick, and it'll be, oh, what a play to keep that ball in play. That was Evan Smith, who had a great special teams play earlier, but it's a touchback. He was flying into the end zone and trying to tip it back into play, but a touchback. Wisconsin's got the football when we come back.
Want to talk Big Ten football with a friend? Just tell Siri, call Jesse on speakerphone.
Downtown Chicago off in the distance. Here in Evanston from the 20-yard line following the turnover and punt. Walker gets it on first down, slithers his way through and across the 25-yard line. So much strength after that initial contact, Jake.
It's what he does best. 2/3 of his yards have come after contact. That time, Braden Turner, number 9, the nickel, he came down and had a chance to bring him down, but Tawee Walker does a good job. He feels it, and then his lateral quickness to combine with that balance and power. He's the total package.
Creeping up on a 100-yard game. Well, trickery. Tretch Kekahuna gets it on the toss. It'll be a first down for Wisconsin for Kekahuna, his first touch of the day.
I'm telling you, man, Phil Longo is in his bag, man. It's when you talk about how they've taken a step forward these past few weeks. We've said it a ton of times. It's finding the identity, but look at the trickery and the window dressing on this play. There's a lot of ways to run the football, right? You can line up in 22 personnel and run it. You can line up in 10 personnel and run it. You can run it up the middle. That time you can use a reverse.
Locke to throw. It's tipped and caught. Kekahuna. Good concentration. First down, Wisconsin.
Locke, I'll tell you what, he is fearless. You cannot say he's got any fear on the field, but there's been a few of these today that have been really, really close calls.
Looked like that was Walters who got his hand on it. Remember, Walters dropped a gimme interception earlier in the first half. Kekahuna back-to-back plays. 1 run, 1 catch. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter, giving time to substitute. Handoff goes to Walker, left side. And he's to the 40-yard line. Let's check in with Brooke Fletcher more on Tommy Walker.
Yeah, Coach Fickell has really praised Tauwe for stepping up as a leader. He supports his teammates without showing off and has just really built this confidence over the last few months. He's saying you're really starting just to see his personality. His methodical approach has really just helped himself be established in this running back room, guys.
Thanks so much, Brooke. Transfer from Oklahoma. Tommy Walker has gone over 100 yards each of the last 2 weeks. He's scored 3 touchdowns in each of the last 2 games. 8 total scores in the last 3. Walker gets it again. Makes his way through and jumps forward for a first down for Wisconsin. That could have been a lot more. Got taken down by his shoelaces. Gain of 7.
It's the polars. Follow the polars. Follow the tight ends. That's number 37, Nowakowski. Watch this right here. Bang, you know, and all the job of the offensive line and the tight ends up front, it's just to get that running back to the next level. Then it's on you to do the rest. So Tauwe Walker, we're going to get you up to those linebackers, and what you've seen is him continually breaking tackles and making guys miss.
Up and over 100 yards the third straight week. Locke going to keep it himself. Scored a touchdown on that very same play in the first half. He gets near the red zone. Well, later tonight, Hoosiers and Boilermakers clash in a Saturday night volleyball showdown inside Mackey Arena. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. That play, Jake, has been available for the last couple of weeks. Scored on it twice in the last 2 weeks.
It's complementary, right? It's like when you're building a Jenga tower. Everything's built off itself. It starts with the run game up front, which we've highlighted a ton of times with Tauwe Walker. That allows you to get into the read option and the play action.
Over the middle, catch. Pauling still on his feet. Pauling is inside the 5-yard line.
And right on cue, that's the play action right there, right? It's 1, 2, 3. We see Walker run it, then we see Braden Locke pull it. This time we see him pull it and throw it. Watch how this run game affects the linebackers. You see Northwestern's backers step up because they want to respect the run. They want to tackle Tauwe Walker. That's a ton of space there on the inside for Will Pauling to work.
First and goal, Wisconsin. Locke throws the fade. No play.
Prior to the ball being snapped, timeout Northwestern.
That is a huge timeout call that just saved a touchdown from scoring for Wisconsin. First timeout in this third quarter. Great day to be at the lake. It's also a great day to make sure you join us on all the social media platforms at B1G Football. Jake, I loved your film room session on Ohio State, Oregon from the last week, man.
That's what's so fun is getting a chance to cover the conference and interact with the fans. There's 18 teams now, right? So you got to stay on top of everything. A lot of change. Have some more breakdowns coming next week.
First down and goal for Wisconsin. Walker in the backfield. They're going to throw for it. Locke backing up. Locke sets it up. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They hit the tight end, Tucker Ashcraft.
All the blocking all day from Ashcraft and Nowakowski. These tight ends have been leading the run game, finally get rewarded. That's the way it works, Jeff. As a tight end, I can tell you, you have to block first, and then we'll throw the dog a bone down in the red zone.
Ashcraft, his first touchdown of the season. Good patience from Braden Locke, too, with some pressure coming right in his face. 8 plays, 80 yards on the drive, covering almost 4.5 minutes. Kick is up and good. 21-3. Braden Locke has rushed for one. Now he's thrown for one. We're right in the midst of Locktober. 21-3 Wisconsin. Badgers defense forced a 3-and-out following the fumble recovery by Northwestern. Forced a punt, took it right down the field on 8 plays to score the touchdown, and now inside the 20s where Northwestern's offense will try and get back at it. Jake, you love all the action you're seeing from Wisconsin on that last drive.
Yeah, we're going to show you 4 consecutive plays on this drive to basically encapsulate exactly what Phil Longo wants this offense to be. It starts with the run with Walker. Then you have the read option off of that. All of a sudden, Northwestern's backers, they have to fly downhill to respect the run. That opens up play action. Then to bring it all the way home, these tight ends have been blocking their butts off all day. That time, Ashcraft was rewarded with a touchdown.
How about Giacomelli and Ashcraft? They've touched the ball twice, both for scores. That's efficient.
They can say, hey, coach, every time I touch the ball, I score a touchdown. Can I get some more targets?
Keep blocking, and we will absolutely get you the football. All right, Jack Lausch and Northwestern trying for a response out of the backfield. Porter slips a tackle, and Thomas will throw him out of bounds. Got a flag on the play, and what should be the last play of this third quarter. Check on the penalty.
Holding. Offense number 70. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's the left guard, Cooper Lovelace. But another negative play that's going to take us to the timeout. Northwestern going backwards. Wisconsin up. (21-3) Wisconsin, one of the great Big Ten Network producers, Jeff Sermon, the Don of the Quad Box. If you want to know anything about Big Ten wrestling, he's your guy.
He's enjoying this beautiful day out here, man. Talk about a picture-perfect day.
I mean, Chamber of Commerce, Jake.
Seriously. On the water, the weather. Set and setting, Jeff. Set and setting.
Lausch in trouble in his own end zone. Down he goes. A safety for Wisconsin. Sebastian Cheeks for 2.
Well, if you're Jack Lausch, you got to learn from your past mistakes. This looks just like the play in the first half where you have to have awareness of where you are on the field. When you're backed up in the end zone like this, you cannot hang on to the football. I mean, he's just tick, 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 tick. Sebastian Cheeks finally is able to disconnect late. You got Elijah Hills pushing the pocket and Kurt Neal back there as well. I mean, for Jack Lausch, that's the cardinal sin as a quarterback. You cannot hold on to the ball when your feet are planted in the end zone.
Had that fumble that led to the Wisconsin touchdown at the end of the first half. And how about this Wisconsin defense? We talk a lot about the offense. They've given up 1 touchdown in the last 2 games plus 3 quarters.
This is a legitimate football team now, and they are completely different from how they looked early in the season. I mean, seriously, night and day. You look back to that Western Michigan game. Western Michigan had a chance to beat them into the fourth quarter. You talk about the Alabama game, right? That was a sad, tough loss. And then the turning point in the season is at USC, where they just completely gave that game away down the stretch. And then that's where we came in as the Big Ten Network. We're calling the Purdue game, wondering, what is this season going to be for the Badgers? And from that exact point, they have completely changed around who they are in all 3 phases. And this time we're seeing the defense show up big, Jeff.
Now that's the big question, right, Jake? When you look at these last 3 weeks, it's Purdue, it's Rutgers, very veteran Rutgers team, but they were banged up. Northwestern has been very stout in their running game. Next week they've got Penn State.
Right, I mean, yeah, it's the back. You look at the back half, Penn State, Iowa, Oregon.
Vinny Anthony on the return. Anthony still on his feet, getting near midfield. He's past midfield and brought down by his shoelaces. Wisconsin's got it in plus territory. They'll mark him at the 43-yard line. We talk about this schedule for Wisconsin moving forward. It is not easy in the Big Ten.
That's where these past 3 weeks have been so important because, I mean, if you do not have an identity in the game of football, you really don't have a chance. And, you know, early in this season, they're kind of fluttering. You're into year 2 of the Luke Fickell era. You implement the air raid system. You know, Coach Tressel comes in, who we're used to seeing a 3-3-5, a different type of defense. And it looked like this was going to be a long, long season again. But these past 3 weeks, as we've just said, they've completely found themselves. And yes, the back half of the schedule is challenging, but the fact of the matter is now they know who they are and who they want to be. That gives them a real chance.
Darian Dupree somehow stays on his feet, got out of the grasp of Carmine Bastone. Well, tomorrow, Sarah Franklin leads the 9th-ranked Badgers into action against Michigan. Women's volleyball tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Short gain on first down for Dupree. Stays in the backfield with Locke. Locke throws to the outside. Pauling makes the catch. Good tackle by Josh Fussell.
You know, to win in the Big Ten, it starts and ends with the trenches. You have got to have good play in the trenches. And, you know, starting next week against Penn State, they got a great defensive line, a great defensive front. With the way Wisconsin's offensive line's been playing, Jeff, and they could beat anybody. We've seen the defensive line throughout the day make big-time plays. Their trench play has grown exponentially.
Giacomelli checks in on this 3rd down and 6 for the Badgers. Giacomelli gets it. Puts his head down, and he's going to be short. 4th down and 2 after a gain of a few. You know, and Locke, I give Braden Locke a lot of credit too, as it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. He threw that early pick, and he has responded so well week in and week out after early turnovers.
It's been consistent, right, where he's done that now a few weeks as they get ready to hurry up and snap this.
4th down and a long 2. 7 of 10 on 4th down this year. And Phil Longo, the offensive coordinator, out on the field telling everybody to slow it down. Give themselves time to think about it. Timeout used by Luke Fickell.
Charge timeout, Wisconsin, their first of the half. Immediate timeout.
Set up a punt, or do they really go for it? 4th down and 2. We'll have it for you when we come back. In search of back-to-back road wins, Wisconsin's up by 20 at Northwestern. Later today, huge women's hockey matchup comes your way. The top-ranked Badgers face off with number 3 Minnesota. Coverage between these WCHA rivals against 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Going to punt it away on 4th down and 2. Pooch kick, and Pauling is down there to down it at the 5-yard line. Special teams has been outstanding for Wisconsin today.
They make that look easy. I mean, that looks like a fade route down to Pauling.
A block kick in today's game. Had a block punt in today's game. Couple of big returns. And now Northwestern trying to find their footing offensively. They were rolling against Maryland last week. Totally different story against this Badger defense. Porter gets the carry, and he is hammered in the backfield before he can get back to the 5. Looked like Ben Barton right at the bottom of the pile. He had the blocked field goal earlier in the game.
The growth of that interior group, that's been key to the growth of the defense as a whole. You go back to the preseason in August, they lose James Thompson Jr. to an injury. They had a few guys transfer out in the offseason, so you're wondering what this group could be. Again, it's across the board every single position group has stepped up and grown.
Lausch to pass. Lausch gets rid of it. Incomplete. Was looking the way of the freshman Hayden Elegant.
Forquerine, he was wagging his finger saying, "Not today, baby." But I watched that route unfold, and Forquerine, that's a guy that was anticipating. He saw it before it happened. He's playing with confidence. Like it's almost, when you watch the film of the Badgers defense, Jeff, they're playing a step or two even faster. Like the speed of the defense has grown. The confidence has grown.
3rd down and 10 for Northwestern from his own end zone. Lausch gets it to the outside. Porter trying to make a man miss. There's Forquerine again, and Allegro cleaned it up.
Once again, I mean, Lausch, the Badgers D-line was coming, man. They were coming. That time he finally got rid of it.
Forces the punt. Akers back to kick it away for Northwestern. And we came on the air talking about Jack Lausch and how he's really come into his own today. Just 7 of 22 throwing the football. Walter has it, stays on his feet, and really good field position yet again for Wisconsin. Badgers up by 20. 11-11 to go in this one. Gorgeous downtown Chicago, mid-October. Chamber of Commerce on the line. Today's Star Comparison sponsored by Jared, and a couple of gems today. Braden Locke, Tyree Walker, last 3 ball games, and it is on their shoulders, Jake.
Just great balance too, right? That's what all these numbers show you is they've been balanced. They're not too reliant on one or the other. And what makes all this work, why you get to those numbers, is the big fellas up front.
Kick it out to Dupree on the toss, and he's down to the 30-yard line. Let's check in with Dave Revson. Update from Piscataway.
Jeff, Ethan Garbers is having himself a game. He's over 300 yards. This is his 3rd TD toss. 67 yards to Keegan Jones, aided and abetted a bit by the Rutgers defense. The Bruins are a quarter away from their first conference win in the Big Ten, up 9.
First ever Big Ten victory potentially for UCLA. And to go cross country, that has not been a very good thing for teams in this conference crossing over multiple time zones. Locke's just going to throw it away. He had defender right in his kitchen. That was Anto Saka. There's the standings up to date. The thriller in Eugene last week between Oregon and Ohio State. Indiana making their way towards 7-0 and 4-0 in the conference. I mean, you talk about some juggernauts, Jake.
Indiana's dominating Nebraska right now. Myself included, I really want to see what they would do. Nebraska's the best defense they've faced all season. They didn't miss a beat. And then right there in the middle, Illinois plays Michigan this afternoon in what's going to be a big game to shake up there the meat of the conference.
Walker trying to bounce it outside and gets positive yardage on 3rd down and 1, pushes the chains forward. He's up and over 100 yards. We talk a lot about that Ohio State-Oregon game last week, but how about the Penn State-USC game, too?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. USC, what a tough season, right? They've lost so many games in that exact fashion. And for Penn State, that was a huge program win for James Franklin, right? That's kind of been the MO where they've won all the games they're favored in, but have fallen short in some of those toss-ups. Drew Aller, their quarterback, really played the best game of his career, too.
Walker inside the red zone, still pushing down to the 15-yard line. I think Tyler Warren is still in the ice bath after last week, huh?
Man, my goodness. I'm reading the articles, and it's like he broke this record, most catches in this situation. I mean, unbelievable. I said, okay, I get it. Heisman, I understand. But if maybe you look at the Maxwell Award, which says on their website, the best all-around football player in America, Tyler Warren, I mean, he's thrown for touchdowns. He's run for touchdowns. He's a really great blocker, too. He does it all.
How about he snapped the ball to the quarterback and then caught a touchdown pass on the same play?
Yeah, he's playing center. He's snapping the ball. They should let him kick a field goal or something, right? Or punt.
I really wouldn't put it past him.
Why not?
I see him doing an extra point at some point this year. 3 for 3 in the red zone, and
Timeout, Wisconsin.
We're going to use
Second charge
timeout
of the
from
half.
Wisconsin.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, and we'll be back to Evanston. Wisconsin's in the red zone again, under 9 to play. Tawi Walker gets the carry, bounces it to the outside, and brought down. A nice tackle by Damon Walters. Speaking of Tawi Walker, he's in some storied running back company in Wisconsin. The Oklahoma transfer scored 2 or more touchdowns in each of Wisconsin's last 3 games, joining Monty Ball, James White, Melvin Gordon, and Jonathan Taylor is the only Badger back since 2012 to accomplish that feat. If you're going to be on a list of Badger running backs, those are the guys you want to be on a list with.
No doubt, man. You talk running back U. Which school's running back U? It's got to be Wisconsin, right? It's Wisconsin and Alabama. Certainly those 2 teams.
Walker again bounces to the outside and brought down. Coco Azama on the tackle. Ohio State's got a pretty good running back room. But when you look at the rushing touchdown leaders within the conference, Walker, 8 of these 9 have come in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's kind of been the piece of it, right? Is you have those first 3 games. He had 15 carries, 11 carries, 12 carries, and then versus Purdue, Fickell said they wanted to, instead of splitting their carries, they wanted to give all the carries to Tawi Walker. And he gets 19 carries versus Purdue, 24 versus Rutgers, and over 20 today.
Got a man down, 10 to him. 3rd and 3 for Wisconsin when we come back.
Right, it's where the read options and the play actions have come alive.
Walker gets it, makes his way to the 5-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down and maybe the nose of a football.
I spotted him short, huh?
Just barely.
Looked really close from our vantage point. And you might as well go for it the way the line's been blocking.
Tawi Walker was just rubbing his hands together like he was getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner.
In a way, I mean, they're going to give him the ball here. It's kind of his Thanksgiving dinner for a running back.
4th and short. And a timeout called. Northwestern will use their timeout.
Full media timeout.
30-second timeout.
Correction, 30-second timeout. 30.
It appears as if we are going to have a review on our hands on the last play from Tawi Walker that created this 4th and inches. So Cole Kneppel will go under the hood and chat with our replay official, Dennis Lipsky. What do you got, Jake?
Let's see. I thought he got it.
Where's the football when that body part is down initially?
So his knee, it looked to me like the ball was right over the line, right when his knee hits.
Knee down there, maybe? From that angle, it would appear that football is over, but it's got to be clear evidence. There's so many bodies in there. Hard to see.
I mean, it's certainly close.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands as called. 4th down.
Tough to tell where that knee officially came down and where that football was.
Stands.
It's such an appropriate term, stands. Well, we can't really tell, so we're just going to leave it as it was called.
Yes. So we'll get a chance to see the beauty of what is Big Ten football. bunch of 300-pounders, offensive linemen, defensive linemen. Wisconsin's got a fullback in there. This is absolutely beautiful.
The tight end's dream.
Yes.
Jackson Aker, the up back. Ashcraft in motion, lock under center. Walker on the pitch. Walker not going to get it. Northwestern holds. Great pursuit going down the line.
The field is that the runner's forward progress was stopped short of the line to gain. 1st and 10 Northwestern.
That was a big inch they didn't get on the review. Turnover on downs.
It is great pursuit. See all those purple jerseys flying around.
Timeout.
You know what I would have liked to see from Phil Longo is a run up the middle, eliminate the pursuit. That'd been where they've been finding all their success. But went with the toss and Northwestern won it.
Fitzgerald made the stop. 1st down Northwestern. Football on the Big Ten Network presented by Jared. See how luxury is getting personal this holiday only at Jared. By Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense. And by the new DQ Fall Blizzard Treat Menu. Happy tastes good. Jake, I see you rented out your boat for the day for those lucky fans. Nice job. Oh, sniffed out the screen beautifully. Great play by Jake Chaney. Loss of 3.
I'm telling you, man, the one thing that's been evident, the big change, is the speed these guys are playing with at the linebacker position. And to play fast, you have to think fast. It starts with the instincts and reading that. See the stance there. Jake Chaney's low to the ground. He's almost just waiting to confirm what he thought to be true. Sniffed that screen out and then exploded to the football to make the tackle.
Just over 200 yards of total offense for Northwestern today against this Wisconsin defense. Backed up inside their 5. Lausch goes across the middle. He hits his tight end, Gordon, but he goes nowhere. Again, it's Chaney.
Again, it's the mindset, it's the football IQ for Jake Chaney. I mean, he was just sitting there, literally waiting for that to happen. He was wanting and daring Jack Lausch to throw it underneath. And he's got that great speed, which we've seen now twice, just to trigger and come downhill and make some big-time plays.
Gordon with his 4th catch of the game. He's been the favorite target for Lausch. Just nothing doing for Northwestern. Just 2 of 13 on 3rd down. Lausch again in trouble. Escapes the first rush. Tries to get out and pushed out of bounds by Allegro. It was clean, but it was right on the barrier, and now tempers flare.
That was a clean hit. I mean, we see it right here. Lausch was inbounds. He didn't give himself up. That was a clean hit.
Multiple flags coming in for the after effects.
It was a clean hit, but I'll say this too. I like when if your quarterback gets hit, I like when the offensive linemen come and have his back too. I didn't even realize Jack Lausch is still down.
Lausch is still down on the near side of the field. It was going to be 4th down and 4, and we'll see where these penalty flags are going to lie as Lausch is up, thankfully.
Allegro's a physical specimen at linebacker. He's 240 pounds, 6'4".
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6, Northwestern. Half the distance to the goal, the down counts, 4th down.
It sounded like they got Joseph Hyman. Here's the play. It's a big time push by Allegro.
He was fully inbounds. That's a clean hit, a good hit. It's good to see Jack Lausch pop back up. And again, you know, I don't mind that penalty. That's what you got to do. You got to protect your quarterback.
So back in punting formation goes Luke Akers again. Had a punt blocked earlier. Late to get on the field is Allegro. Off the side of his foot. And Wisconsin's going to get it inside the 35-yard line of Northwestern. Akers, who was the Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week last week. Tough one there. Next Saturday, football tripleheader kicks off. Undefeated Indiana against Washington, then the Wildcats battle Iowa. And the nightcap Spartans in Ann Arbor to face the Wolverines on the lights at the Big House. We'll be there for that one. It all starts Big Ten Tailgate next Saturday, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Had a penalty on that punt. There's a hold on Wisconsin, so back them up to the 42-yard line where they will get the football under 4.5 minutes to go, Jake. And again, domination up front, the running game, but the balance. I love the balance. I know you do too, of the passing game and the running game nearly identical for Wisconsin today. Dupree is going to get the carry, gets hit and falls forward across the 35-yard line.
And once again, just watch number 56, Joe Brunner, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. He does a little skip pull. Again, the pullers will take you to the football. He's in there, loaded in his stance. Watch the left guard. Watch it, 56 right here. Watch the skip, pull, run around, bam. It's a good job by Darian Dupree feeling that, reading the block.
Doesn't get touched until he's 7 yards down the field. Third down and short for Wisconsin.
Some guys are they're built to pull. They love the chance to get some momentum downhill and put on a nasty block. We talked about Joe Brunner having a great game last week. A lot of that was pulling, right? He just leads the way up into the hole for these running backs. The run game, it all starts with these guys up front, and they found their identity really in that gap scheme.
Tommy Walker over 100 yards today, 23 carries. Dupree, Giacomelli with a touchdown run. Get some of their receivers involved too in the running game. Dupree spins out of the first tackle. He's across the 30-yard line, a first down for Wisconsin to put this one on ice as we go downstairs to Brooke Fletcher.
Yeah, guys, Jack Lausch came out of the medical tent with his helmet on and gave a thumbs up and a head nod to his teammates when they were asking if he was okay. Walked down the sideline, and then a trainer came over to him, took his helmet off, and escorted him back to the medical tent. He's in there now. I'll keep you posted once I know more.
All right, thanks so much, Brooke. Looks like he's making his way out of the medical tent as we speak. But right now, Wisconsin, as we're approaching that 2-minute timeout, has an opportunity just to milk the rest of this game away as Dupree gets it, skips through one, and brought down by a pair of Wildcats at the 20-yard line. More than likely our last play before the 2-minute timeout. There's Lausch out of the 10.
That play, you can just look at the line of scrimmage pre-snap, draw a line, and watch the line of scrimmage get pushed downfield. It's Wisconsin Badger. It's a brand of football right there.
His defense has allowed one touchdown
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Nearly 3 consecutive ball games. 2 minutes to go on Lake Michigan.
Dave Repson in our Chicago studios. The Badgers putting the finishing touches on win number 5 on the season. As soon as it's over, post-game reaction, all the day's highlights on the State Farm post-game. And don't forget, I should say, the postgame is taking you up to hockey 4 Eastern time. How about this? We got women's hockey, top-ranked Wisconsin, number 3 Minnesota, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Guys?
We will certainly remember. Thanks so much, Dave. 20-point lead for Wisconsin, 2nd down and 1. Utter domination by this Wisconsin defense. Special teams was huge today, Jake. A block kick, a block punt. Very balanced offense, too.
Yeah. You mentioned the defense there, man. Give a lot of credit to Mike Tressel, the defensive play caller for Wisconsin.
Dupree going to get the first down for Wisconsin. The final drive recaps entire day around the conference. That's coming up tonight, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Yes, we better give Mike Tressel and his defense plenty of roses because they have earned it and then some over the last 3 weeks.
Even going back to, shoot, as long as I can remember, back to my time as a player, when Wisconsin would win and win and win, and they did a lot of winning consistently, they'd have a top 25 defense nearly every single year.
Hand it off again. Pick up a 5 coming up after the game. Big Ten Live football postgame sponsored by State Farm. Breaks down all the action. Dave, Ashley, Marcel, Anthony have you covered all the scores, highlights from this one and around the rest of the Big Ten. The last 3 games for this Wisconsin offense, 101 points. 117 to 16 outscoring. They're plus 101 in their scoring. Mabry Matoyer on the field, hands it off to Iacomelli, gets down to the 10-yard line.
You know, Jeff, in our coach meetings with Luke Fickell, you'd think he'd be smiling and grinning and cheering and happy, but, you know, he's really focused, you know, and we asked him what's the next step. It wasn't really about adding anything in either side of the ball. It was about continuing to do this. What they showed again now today is exactly who they want to be going forward.
Wisconsin football on its finest, just 16 points allowed in the last 3 ball games, diffused in a 3-game stretch in conference play since 1998. Just one touchdown. One touchdown in the last 3 games. Brooke Fletcher is with Luke Fickell.
Coach, no touchdown for your workhorse in